So, Violet, tell us, you're not able to get to church anymore, but you've been part of Witton Baptist Church for a long time, haven't you? Tell us, when did you first come to the church?
Well, we moved down here in '85 because John came to work with Rural Ministries. So we've been here coming up 27 years.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what your faith means to you now?
Everything, in a word. And that doesn't mean I'm on cloud nine. I've been right down in pits and slimy holes in the last few years because it's been more difficult.
Tell me a little bit about the eye operation you just had.
Yes.
If you can bear to think back.
I can bear to think back because this really was just wonderful. I'm interested in all things medical, but not eyes. I have never been able. I can't put John's drops in because I can't look at them. And I'd had various things done, but now we'd come to the crunch that this was going to be a daycare for which I had to take my dressing gown. And I'm thinking, ooh, this sounds not too good. But I knew I had got to lie down, and there was mention of local anaesthetic needles. And I'm thinking, ooh.
Needles and eyes.
Needles and eyes, yes. But the consultant was the most lovely person, so reassuring. Well, before we got there, the taxi driver was so wonderful, and you need an arm, and put me in the car and everything. We get there, find the place where I'm supposed to be, walk in, and this is typical of God. Not content with calming you, he'll throw in a few goodies, and a couple were sitting there, and I didn't know them, but it was a member of the Hart family in the Baptist churches, who John knew well. She was waiting for a cataract. So we sat together for a little while, and the whole department was so calm. Everybody was calm, and one of my things is that I get paranoid about there being a loo nearby, a disabled loo. One within yards of me where I sat. I mean, this is God in the nitty-gritty of life. He knows that bothers me. But obviously, they think of all these things. The nursing staff were lovely, and then the theatre team come, and they've got these lovely chairs that go into a bed, so you've no leaping on and off and struggling. Everything is done to calm you. And I'm thinking, why was I worrying? God has gone before and behind and around and thrown in a few extras, and then we go to get the anaesthetic. And you're supposed to be flat. Well, I can't breathe if I'm flat. Right. So they take great care. How far can you go, And then the consultant does the thing, and there's 3 other doctors, men doctors. The consultant just says, now, this is the worst bit, but it won't be long. Well, it did hurt. I'll not deny it. It wasn't agonising pain, but I could have done without it. But one of these other doctors just got hold of my hand and held it really, really tight. It was the next day that I thought, was that God working through that man? Yes, it was. This is the God who has held me for, well, the verse I love in Living Bible Version is Psalm 139:16. Every day is scheduled. You've known me from the day of my birth, before my birth, and I hang on to that.
Just one final question for you. If you could give a message to the perhaps younger Christians at the church, If you could say one thing to them, what would you say to them? What would be your encouragement to them?
Get soaked in the Bible and talk to God, not in prayer language, but just talk to him about everything and anything and anywhere.
That's beautiful. That's a great answer. Thank you very much indeed. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.